Okay, we're on our way. I'm in the car. This is Lance Ash, and I'm in the car with my wife Bonnie.
Hello.
And we're heading out to buy a bookshelf unit for my room. Oh, yeah.
So how many books do you have in your room, Lance?
So say that again for the.
So how many books do you have in your room, Lance?
I've probably got over 1,000 books easily.
How many bookshelves do you have? Where are they?
I have bookshelves on every. Oh, there's my sister. Let's say hey.
Hello. Hi. Is that her?
Yeah, that was her. I got bookshelves on every single wall, including in the window.
And why do you giggle when you say in the window?
Because every time my father comes over, he looks in my room and he goes, "Oh, you put bookshelves in the window. Oh, that's clever. Oh."
You have bookshelves over your bed, too.
Over my yeah. Oh my God. Well, I hurt my neck somehow. Maybe yesterday we dropped off a different bookshelf at my daughter's place, and
What we actually got rid of, yeah.
yeah. Did you notice the heaters that
Yes.
we gotta find a place for those?
I already found a place. It's just a matter of you installing the shelves, Jerry.
Oh, that business.
Yes. That business.
I want to know who lives there in that little place right there.
Keep it nice and clean. It's always tidy.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them.
Why?
Because it's, if you see a little tiny little place like that that's run down, but you can tell that the people are making effort, you feel kind of sorry for them. You're like,
No, you don't. I mean, you may feel a little sad if it's small, but then again, it may be just one person who lives there.
it's probably two people.
Doesn't matter.
Young.
It's nice and it's neat. It's clean. So it's probably nice and neat and clean on the inside.
I mean, people should always. I'm sure people felt sorry for us when we lived in the old place.
I felt sorry for us, but then again, like my dad said, wherever I put myself down, wherever I put roots down, I fix it up, and I fix the old place up. I made curtains, I made cushions, you name it. I painted. We were painting everywhere.
I remember you making me paint the front of the place. Up on the ladder. Oh my God.
I painted the entire inside of it.
So, our daughter turned 27 and our son turned 25. Same week. Yeah. And our daughter got a tattoo a couple days before her birthday. So,
Oh boy.
she's officially out of the nest.
You got mad about it, didn't you?
Mad about it? No.
Didn't you get mad?
No, I didn't get mad. I'm proud of her for being so, I don't know, bold.
It's not that big of a tattoo. It's flowers with a little snake. That's it. It's tiny. I mean, compared to most people that I know with tattoos, they have tat sleeves, for God's sake. Piercings everywhere.
I must have been about 18, and I wanted to get a tattoo. And I didn't know anything about driving around Atlanta back in those days. Anyway, I looked up the address of this place in Atlanta, and my cousin and I drove all the way up there. There's no telling how long it took to get there. And we got to the place, and it said, "No one admitted without an ID." And I had driven all the way to Atlanta without my driver's license, which was a common thing in those days.
Yeah.
And so we turned around and went home, and my cousin was kind of pissed.
You think?
Yeah.
Reed said that it felt like razors being cut into her skin constantly. She said it hurt so badly.
I'm surprised she was able to deal with it because I remember her screaming about her ears getting pierced.
Yeah. And then she had them re-pierced because the first ones bothered her so badly. And she kept the second ones in, and then she ended up going back for another set of piercings on her ears. I couldn't handle having my ears pierced. It hurt both times I tried it. It just about killed me with constant headaches. So I don't have pierced ears now. I haven't had pierced ears for more than a month or two each time. It's just horrible.
I never had a problem with it. But I could never get the gauges in my ears. Those big things.
Those are ugly and gross.
They're horrible.
They mutilate your body.
They're.
I mean, worse than that one piercing you got.
Yeah, I had my left nipple pierced for.
Didn't you pass out?
Yeah, I passed out when the woman was doing it.
That happened before I came along.
And I took.
have no tattoos, no piercings. I do have quite a few scars, but.
Do you have any self-inflicted scars?
Only if you were to extend the definition of self-inflicted to Jesus Christ, are you constantly falling over yourself? Yeah.
I've got a car cigarette lighter burn.
And what's that line on that?
And I have a line that I did with a piece of broken glass on the other arm.
And why did you do that on the arm for the broken glass?
Just drunk and
Angry?
No,
Destructive?
no. I was over at Richard's house on Christmas Eve, and
Wanted to see if it would be fun. What?
no, it was just a bad scene. Gail he and his wife had a fight, and she left, and he was upset. I think he was upset with me for being there.
Then you should have left, dumbass.
Well, he was too polite to say anything.
And you're too clueless to get a message.
Yeah.
Christ.
But I was sitting on the sofa, and the phone was over my head. He was on the phone with her. She called, and they had a big fight. And he punched a framed picture, and the glass fell all over me. And I took a piece of the glass and cut my arm.
What did he think of that idiotic move?
I don't know.
Now he looks like Charlie Daniels. Remember when he came over last time? I showed you a picture.
No, I don't
He
think
looks
so.
like Charlie Daniels. Yeah. Really scary. And
God,
a Trump supporter, no less.
Yeah, I have got so
Jesus
many
lover,
weird.
No less.
I got this big blotchy birthmark on my lower leg, and found one a couple 6 months ago on my upper thigh. I never knew I had, and now I've got this big scar on my head where they cut my skull open.
Yeah. I think yours may be as large as my abdominal scar. So yeah, yours everybody can see. Mine I hide. Scars. Well, the one on my neck's finally fading, thank God.
Well, I recently looked at that picture you took of me with the beard from last year.
Oh yeah, that was a good looking picture.
And so.
Oh yeah, good looking man. Sorry.
I'm reassured that when I go much balder, I'll be able to grow the beard to compensate.
Be one of those guys that goes bald on top with a beard. Oh Lord.
I'll have to. I'll have no choice.
Oh Lord.
Start wearing a baseball cap and have a big beard and. No baseball
No
cap.
baseball cap, Randy.
How about a nice Homburg?
No hat.
Deerstalker?
Out of the car. Get out of the car.
You remember when Reed had one of those yellow Volkswagen Beetle things for her Barbie doll?
Yes, I do. Well,
Whatever.
I was convinced that she wanted one of those for a car.
What did she ever do with all her Barbie stuff?
I have no idea.
What did she do with her American Girl doll stuff?
That is stored next door in some of those containers, and we really should have gotten it out by now, but it's probably ruined.
Oh my God.
Look at the back doors of that vehicle.
Where? Oh, that thing?
Isn't that cool?
Well, it's a working truck.
Yeah, but most of them have flat panels. And that's, first off, the windows are rounded on the edges of the rectangle shape. And secondly, where they're set in, there's a recess in the metal. It just really bumps up the wow factor.
Yeah. Oh, me. Well, I had a really, really good night last night. I had a better night last night than I did all last weekend. I mean, I got more done last night than I did all last weekend. Can't wait to get this painting done. I can't wait. I can't stand it when I'm stuck on a painting for too long. I guess they have a little school. Yeah, I guess they have a little school there or something at the Methodist church. I'm gonna have to start making it a policy to always have my camera with me.
Have you sent an email to your father this week?
No.
Do you realize that he forgot the kids' birthdays? Didn't even send him a card?
Well,
I'm used to him forgetting my birthday. He hasn't sent me a card in years.
I don't know what to say about that. I didn't mention anything in my email last week about it because I didn't know. I mean, I would have said something.
Don't worry about it. Don't bother him. I mean, he's spending, what, $200 a square foot on this new place? I don't get you. Your parents. Constantly. My folks had a house, sold it when they retired, got their place, paid for it outright from the proceeds of the other. Your parents have had 5, 6, 7 mortgages if you count. They had 5 together. He's had, now this is going to be his 3rd. And then, since leaving her, and she's refinanced that house, remortgaged it, I don't know how many times since he left. Anyway, just don't get that.
We ought to go down some of these little side streets someday.
Most of this is just poverty-stricken rubbish over here on the right.
Poverty-stricken rubbish.
Well, it is. Reed and I were looking at places for her to live, and these are some of the places that we drove through. It's like, oh dear God, do people actually live in those hovels?
I went to a party off here on the right when I worked at Kmart.
The waterbed filling.
Waterbed filling party with this road here, Mabry Street, and it was a party with my Kmart co-workers.
High school days. Right out of high school.
No, I was working. I mean, I was.
How old were you?
I would have been 19, 20.
So right out of high school.
Yeah. And it was just horrible. I didn't know anything about drinking in those days. My idea of drinking was get blind drunk every single time.
You learned well from your Uncle Mars.
We really shouldn't use him as a touchstone every single time.
Why not? It's true.
Because
He normalized it.
No, I didn't know anything about him
Excuse me?
drinking when I was a kid.
They drug you over to clean up his place.
That's not true. They did that on their own.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me everybody didn't know he was completely drunk. I met him. I could smell it on him. He was supposedly clean.
Well,
Did your mother blame the military for doing that to him?
she blamed her
Harry?
father for not being a good father. That is the dumbest liquor store right there.
And how many people in the parking lot?
Those are
Those are
employees.
employees.
Yeah. I hope all this construction they're doing will be worth it. I mean, this is
It'll
the
be
biggest
dated as soon as it
mess.
opens. They spent what, $3 or $4 million putting in that parking lot on the other side. You see how seldom it's used
What parking lot?
across the
Oh, the
side.
park and ride thing?
Yeah,
I don't know any. There's never anybody there.
except on game days because it's free parking.
Is it free parking now? I mean,
It's free parking. Period.
you just park and get on the bus.
I don't know if it's 5 million or what, but for that parking lot, they spent a shit ton
But
of
what?
money.
But I never see a bus. Are you supposed to wait for a bus for 3 hours?
I don't know. We have the worst bus system. We really do. It takes you an hour plus to get across a town that's 10 miles across. And it's not New York City. It's not like you're stopping every other
Look,
block.
there's nobody there. There's nobody in that parking
I know.
lot.
I know. The only people who ever go there are those people who do the lawn maintenance from the city.
Oh, I'm so hungry lately. When we get home, I'm going to have some of those Korean noodles.
Oh, the other ones.
Oh,
You're high
dear.
sodium. I'm low sodium. Christ. I was craving those damn things. You let me have a taste of them this morning. The black bean noodles. I was like, oh God. I love salt. I'm gonna survive without all the salt.
I'm getting a little tired of my job.
A little? You've been there for 8 years. You're very tired of your job, dear.
I'm getting a little tired of it to the point that I'm really considering getting another job. I don't know. I can't take the physical abuse anymore. I'm gonna hurt my neck somehow. I didn't ever think I would get to the point where I'm too old to take the abuse.
The worst part is you've been there 20 years, 25 years, and that's part of the reason you're too old. It's the abuse you've taken for the last 2 decades and a half.
Oh, God. I wish we had really tasty takeout and something decent to watch. You know, I've gotten to the point where I can't rewatch a lot of the shit that I liked growing up because of the laugh track. It just ruins it.
Well, Peter and I were talking about X-Files the other day, and for a split second I thought maybe we should rewatch the series, and it would just ruin it, you know?
Well, you can't watch the whole thing. There's only you have to watch selected episodes. You can't watch a lot of it because a lot of it is just crap.
Yeah.
At some point, I want to rewatch Bosch. I want to rewatch The Sweeney and that other show I mentioned. There's a German detective show called Tatort Münster. but it's a little silly. It's sort of a comedy detective show.
Not quite buddy cops, but it's bordering on
It's yeah, it's an odd couple, and it's a little bit slapstick.
I don't know if you call it slapstick.
I keep thinking about the episode where they break into that museum at night to get some evidence. This is impossible. Yeah, I like to rewatch some of them anyway. And certain things. I was thinking about I Love Lucy last night. I'd like to watch the original run of that.
You know, I couldn't watch I Love Lucy. It bothered me the first time.
Really? I love that show.
No.
It's so gentle and quiet, and
It's just irritating.
that's a long time ago. I feel so sorry for him.
For who?
Desi Arnaz.
He's long dead, isn't he?
Yeah, he's long dead, but I just feel sorry for him because he was so talented and so clever, and he just drank and smoked himself to death. Everybody in those days smoked.
I can't believe anybody smokes anymore. It's stupid. It's beyond stupid.
He did quit drinking before he died. There was a rumor for years, or a theory, that his son was Sean Astin's father. Did you know that?
The Desi Jr. was Sean Astin's father?
Yeah. Because he had an affair with Patty Duke. I was thinking about, they did that movie last year about Lucy and Desi.
I didn't care for even watching the trailer.
Well, anyway, I was thinking, they had Javier Bardem play Desi Arnaz, and I was thinking, 20 years ago, it would have been Raul Julia playing him, but he's dead now. I don't know if that would have been as
Julia in Kiss of the Spider Woman.
yeah. He was in 2 different movies with what's her name? Oh God, I can't think of that woman's name. I keep wanting to say Julia Ormond, but that's not who it is. It's oh God, some other foreign chick. I can't believe he's dead. I don't think I could ever watch The Addams Family again.
Well, that new Netflix series about the daughter sucks. My parents are like, oh, look at this, it's so cute. I'm like, it's at best juvenile TV, and why are adults going gaga over it? It wasn't even really good children's television.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, there's nothing that you can think of from the past that they're not willing to dredge up and repurpose. Oh, I'm trying to think of something really stupid. They'll be rebooting Happy Days before you know it.
Caesar rebooted Happy Days for a one-off
For a video.
That was cutesy, but I've watched it twice, and that's one time too many.
I was just trying to think who they would get to play the Fonz.
Then the obligatory return of Henry Winkler in the role of walk-on as a mentor or something.
Yeah, a professor that.
It just.
Yeah. Yeah, if they made it was a movie, it would be about the Fonz, and he tries to get his life together, and he decides to go back to school. And at the very last scene, it's Henry Winkler is the teacher. All right.
In Hollywood writing this shit.
We're here at Lowe's, and we're gonna look for this.
Hi, mister. You're walking through the road, and you don't even know there's somebody there in a car. Christ.
All right, so that's it.